Okay. So as an artist, I believe that art can be a tool to fight against patriarchy. And visual literacy as a mode of viewing is important. Reading as a communication tool. And this implies that art can contribute to social transformation and ameliorate. But at the same time, literature is another powerful way that it cannot be ignored. Therefore, I chose a female writer to talk about today because I want to focus on women liberation through literature. Angela Davis, and in conversation with Toni Morrison, mentioned that education is a liberation. Reading and literacy is dangerous as it produces freedom. In the light of this quotation, I chose to talk about the subaltern Kurdish female writer, Ahlam Mansour. Women struggle to have their own voice in Iraqi Kurdistan, as everything is male-dominated, and as a result, there is nothing attributed to women. No one formally or informally understand and recognize you as a female who participate and contribute to society, because women think, write, and talk as men. On top of that, we have been seen as a second-class citizen. And what did Ahlam do in her life and in her text? So Ahlam was born in Khanaqin in 1951 to a communist family. She was a voice of woman at that time, and she was the first woman who rebelled and stood against the customs and traditions. She could break the tradition and spoke as a woman. Also, after she graduated from Baghdad University, she started working as the first woman journalist in 1974, who used Arabic and Kurdish language at the same time. Then she started to write a poem and short stories. In the late 80s, she wrote her first novel about sociopolitical and feminist issues, titled Pert, which means bridge in English. And as a consequence, she was fired from her job because she started to introduce women as a protagonist of her novels, and also talk about sex in her stories, which is a big taboo in the society. So the protagonist was always men in the stories before Ahlam started writing. Her revolution and novelty, where she changed the character, the main character, to woman and talk as a woman, write as a woman as well. Also create a platform for women's voice to be heard. So she was a rebellious woman. She used her pen and wrote critically to fight against the traditions, stereotypes, and patriarchy system in the culture and society. And she always works for social revolution through her text and stories. To her, literature is dreaming of life and fighting with death. Thank you.
Thank you, Kani.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.